No, the West Coast, the whole West Coast thing is really just a headache. Like I told you on my way up here, and nobody has answered the question: does the West Coast want to come back? They have to want it for themselves. If they want it for themselves, they're gonna make it happen. We're not gonna sit here.
You said come back though. Where we going? That's what I'm asking you, because I said I feel like the artists that you're naming, of course, like J.C. Cash and Blue Bucks globally,
Right.
they're not him, but they still got time to do that. But that's all come with work ethic and being consistent.
Right. What's the last classic LA rap album in your opinion?
Harry.
What you said, Blue
That
Lips?
exotic bag.
Blue Lips.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Blue Lips.
A bona
I'm not.
fide classic.
I promise you, I'm not even.
A bona fide classic
Yeah,
album.
Blue Lips classic.
It's classic,
I'm not gonna say
and it's gonna age well.
I think it's a stellar album. I'm not gonna
Let it age.
classic.
Let it
I think
age.
a classic again. For me to answer the question would be Victory Lap, or maybe Roddy Ricch. Please excuse me for being antisocial. Maybe, but for me, bona fide classic, inarguable. Victory Lap is the last classic, inarguable West Coast.
What about it made it a classic to you?
the whole situation.
Hey, throw me a Kool-Aid, Harry.
Not only the narrative
I mean,
surrounding
Kool-Aid
it, the
narrative.
quality of music,
Okay,
the storytelling,
storytelling.
the sequencing was seamlessly flawless. I do feel like it could have had another lady record. I find a critique in everything. I feel like Victory Lap was missing maybe one lady record, and it would have been like A+. Blue Lips is a stellar album, stellar. Bona fide classic, certified classic. I would need to give it some more time.
For sure.
That's
what I'm saying.
It takes some time.
Give
It's
it
like the
some more
mistakes
time.
you like. Some of this age. Real, because you got some record, let a record, that's what I'm trying to say. Some records marinate later. I'm a big fan of Jay-Z. When I was younger, it didn't do that, what it did for me. As I got older, I'm like, ooh, this is cold. And
Yeah, I'm getting into hoes.
he take me back and I can listen to his lyrics and say, oh, you were still 7 years ahead of your peers at that time. Okay. It's still being able to relate to them same age people. That's an art, that's a skill. Those are people that's cold to me. Like when it age.
No, Mailbox Money had to grow on me. That probably when Nipsey dropped Mailbox Money, he had already announced Victory Lap, and I was so dead set on getting his debut album, and then he dropped another mixtape with Mailbox Money. I was like, man, what is this? I don't want this. I want the album. I'm ready for the album. But then after I kept listening to it, months and months later, it became my favorite Nipsey
What did it
project.
do for you?
It's neck and neck with Slauson Boy too.
That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure I know what he did, but I'm just saying like he knew what he was about to go.
Yep.
Right? And that's what make an artist, because sometimes they only know, like them and their team or whatever, they know like, nah, the work I put in, this is what it's supposed to land at when we shoot this. But he still had to go serve everybody that came with him on this ride, because everybody's not about to follow that record, this next record. He lost some fans too. He gained some fans. Every time you gain something, you're gonna lose something.
Give and take.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he fed them with Mailbox Money. Like,
He did.
I'm gonna do this.
Yep.
And I'm gonna drop these Easter eggs in here enough to like everybody who follow me for real, y'all know where I'm about to go.
Shout out all the Mailbox Money fans, man. That's like a classic
I
mixtape.
got a question for you then. So, what would it take? Not what would it take, but what's the final result for you to say, all right, the West Coast is back? Like, what is it gonna take for you to say that?
When I see more great bodies of work dropping from the West Coast, and when I see an improvement, a consistent improvement in lyricism, cadence, flow,
Is there a number?
beat selection,
Is-
like a
'cause you know-
specific number?
Because it ain't no like. Do we
No.
need like five of those?
No, you just know when there's a movement. You know when there's a run, a renaissance of like, okay, we this year or within this past 2-3 years, we got an X amount of dope classic projects from West Coast rappers. Yeah. Just like when I was in high school, we had From the West Side with Love 2, Yellow Album, Welcome to Mollywood 1 and 2, Just Read Up 1 and 2, Crenshaw, Mailbox
None of those
Money.
records was charting and nothing like that. That's what I'm saying. So they wasn't.
But critical, they got the critical acclaim. At least give me one or the other. These projects that these artists LA artists are putting out, it don't get critical acclaim and it don't get commercial success. I need at least one or the other. Like Just Read Up 3. It's not critically acclaimed
more
and it didn't
territorial.
perform
We gotta
well.
listen. That's what I'm saying. Everybody getting territorial, and that's good. We got people like you that ride for the West the way you do, because people get territorial. So as the internet, so that we got out of the blog area and everything, right? Now it's low key getting more gate kept in a certain way. So them critical acclaims, we ain't got time for it because it's not getting us no money. That's what they say the game turned into. Everybody start getting paid for their opinions and they takes on the game, on music and everything. So these critical acclaims and everything, what platform is you'll get it from? Who is this critical acclaim coming from
Critical
that you about to
acclaim
respect?
could be anything from an album being nominated for best rap album. That's a version of critical acclaim. And an award show, whether it's BET Hip Hop or it's the Grammys, whatever, that's a version of critical acclaim. Rolling Stone magazine still reviews albums. LA Times still reviews albums. New York Times still reviews albums. Also, critical acclaim just in regards to you put out a fire body of work. Elliott Wilson is still alive. Like, he still reviews
cool
music.
then. So now-
Brian Dot Miller is still alive. Low Key is still alive. Eddie F is still alive. Ebro is still alive. Nadeska is still alive.
To Harry point, then,
Danielle
so
is
now,
still alive. These are
so I think
critics.
y'all point when you said Tiny point saying when do we fall off? Every year there's a West Coast artist going to be in that conversation. So how many do you feel like we need to like how we fall off when whether it's Roddy come through, whether it's Tyler, whether it's Kendrick, they got Q in it right now.
Yeah.
Shit, I know I'm missing somebody. I'm sure I'm missing somebody else on the West Coast, but motherfuckers be in the conversation.
It's just not.
On all them stages, on the biggest stages to the, it's motherfuckers is in the conversation still.
All right, let me ask you guys. Do you guys feel like the West Coast needs to make improvements or not?
I do.
Or are you content with where it's at? Because I'm not content with where it's at.
I'm for emotion, so it's always gonna be improvements made, but
That's how I
at the
feel.
same time though, I just feel like it's one of those things. Like if I come to your house, right, before I even get inside, and you just telling me how dirty it is and all that, I'm coming in already.
Right.
So off your cosign.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a lot of that going on of for whatever reason, we don't like what we don't like, cool. We get that part. But it is a lot of what you like out here. I'm sure you can get a top 10 list of that
I can't speak.
and promote that. So you gotta admit that you do play, everybody plays in
No, I can't speak to that because I don't know what that's like. I don't know what it's like to only focus on the negative of LA rap because I do freshman covers and magazine covers and interview artists. I put out King Paul Presents 10 hottest LA rappers list. I highlight LA rappers every day. I do unsigned LA.
But what
highlights.
get the most attention in?
What do other people watch? Because I get my
I'm not
attention.
you. I'm not- no, I'm
Oh,
not-
they love the Fs. They don't pay attention to the A's. They don't pay attention to the 10s in categories,
that's-
the 9s in categories, the 8s in categories. I give artists 8s, 9s, 10s in categories. They skip right past all of that.
Go straight
they
to the F.
Whoever got an F. And that's not on me.
But that's human nature. You could, just like the chats, you didn't read no chat, no
Gemini.
comment that was a good comment. All your comments, it was like,
I read some funny ones.
but it's still a negative connotation to the funny one. It's funny, but it's still negative. Those just the ones that pop out as a human, negative. So you see that F, you can see all the A's and that F. You're gonna be like, who he got an F? Haha, he died. You're gonna just naturally
Human nature.
go to the F. That's just
understand.
human nature on some shit. I feel like anyway.
So for me, with the West Coast sound, to me, like it's a lot of it, the production is a lot of everybody's in the same sound production and stuff like that. But even with that though, like a lot of them niggas is weak still. But I feel like the West Coast sound that the person to me that do it at a high level, that I just listen to that nigga shit as opposed to just diving into all the other shit. I just listen to Chike.
I fuck with Chike. Chike dropped 2 dope projects this year. Chisel and Spooky Summer. He's hella slept on. I feel like a lot of people let the whole politics and whatever, the rap beats and whatnot, kind of turn them away from Chike. And it's like he's still highly lyrical, but up-tempo production, up-tempo beats, and I can't wait to hear his new project, Below the Great, that's dropping on the 11th.
Do y'all think it's more rappers now than back in the 90s and shit?
Hell yeah, everybody's
Absolutely.
rapping.
I think that's part of the problem too. It's hard to find or it's hard to see who really top tier because you got everybody doing this shit. So you get what I'm trying to say?
It's watered down. Is what
I don't
you're
think
saying?
nobody's making like he doing it with the report card though. He putting emphasis and then people want to see it still.
For sure.
So right now, like I said, if we wanted to start it right now, like all right, top 5 of the month, it's going to people go buy into that for real. Especially if you're giving your legit take. You just got to be consistent with that shit.
Yeah.